Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Road to All Quests on RuneScape Classic, and we'll start this one with me remembering that I had 3 slave alts that would buy stuff from the shops, and I kept a significant amount of gold on them, and they bought some supplies for me. I logged in every now and then when I played previously, and I completely forgot about them until now, and I managed to get quite a sum from them. Most importantly, a lot of arrows and bolts, 2k feathers, which will be very important, a slight amount of mind and air runes, 70k gold, which is like half of what I had, which is fantastic. And I have the vial to represent 170 vials that I had on my vial buying alt, and I had to transfer them all by hand, trading 12 per inventory. And yes, I had to that because there's no noting here, only sorting. So yes, we have that unexpected amount of supplies added to our bank, and we can start with some skilling or questing. I don't know yet. You'll know in a second. Let's turn in Tribal Totem. That was the quest I was working on right now. And I feel like doing one more easy-ish quest in the area, so I think we're gonna go ahead and do Haziel Cult now. There's also one more thing that I wanted to show, which is the Alphonse the Waiter's shop here. In old school, he's very useful because he stores Karam ones. Can I not go there? Yes. Because he stores Karam ones, and you can buy cooked Karam ones from him. But in Classic, there are no Karam ones, so his shop is pretty uninteresting. He does sell swordfish, and the best food I have in my bank are lobsters right now. So I might be tempted to buy them for harder bosses, but then again, I can always go and ask other players to buy cooked sharks off of them. So I don't think we will be using this shop anytime soon. Okay, that is Haziel Cult completed. We got some thieving XP. That's not too useful now. We have all the requirements and some GP. This should be completing the fishing contest quest, and actually it's the only quest in the entire game for RuneScape Classic where there is a special formula for the XP reward, and it depends on the fact if you have over or under level 24 fishing specifically. I will post the formula on the screen, but usually it's just your level times something or a flat rate. But for this specific quest, they care if your level is higher or lower than 24, so I thought that might be interesting. Alright, we managed to find out using our 5-head detective skills that it was Anna who poisoned Lord Sinclair, and we're finishing Murder Mystery Quest, getting a little bit of GP and a little bit of crafting XP. Definitely not much, but well, 3 quest points are cool, and 1800 crafting XP will definitely come in handy with having to pick less flags. On the top of my head, I think that's like over 100 flags, so definitely happy that my wrists will stay in a little better shape. Off camera, I did a trip of hill giants, which are called giants in Classic. And we got 1 prayer level, so that's pretty cool. We're at 42 now, and this reminds me I should probably use an altar to recharge. Anyways, I did the trip so I could get Limpwort Roots, because you guessed it, we're gonna end the video on a little harder, a little longer quest, and that's gonna be Temple of Ikov. I actually got gifted a magic longbow from Orbran, so thank you very much. We got a little bit of bronze arrows. I didn't want to bring my whole stack just because in case I died, that's a whole lot of arrows to lose, and I think we're gonna be fine with 2000. A dragon sword to cut through a web and also serve as a weapon if there's any other monsters in there that we can't fight with range. Armor and an amulet and some very little amounts of food. I hope this will be enough, and the bulk of what was needed was 20 limpworts. That's severely limiting the inventory, but I think we're gonna be alright. Let's start the quest. We're already off to a fantastic start since Lucien wants to give us his pendant and we're gonna need to get boots. I deposited one swordfish and a helmet in the bank, so we're even shorter on a helpful staff. We are at the actual Temple of Ikov now, and the boots here are not called Boots of Lightness, but rather Boots of Light-Footedness. And of course, they don't provide any weight reduction like they do in further versions of RuneScape, because in Classic there is no weight, and there's actually no way to run either. And am I wrong, or are they orange but they look black? Great job, Jagex. If anybody needs for future reference, we used about 50 arrows, maybe a little bit more, at level 53 range with a magic longbow fighting this monster. Yeah, a little bit over 50 arrows. Lucien should go down very fast, and that will complete Temple of Ikov. We got 1 range level, 2 fletching levels, and a quest point. So we are now at 64 quest points, and gotta say, definitely very enjoyable quests. I think I like the RuneScape Classic version more than the other versions. The dungeons seem more compact and just quicker, so maybe that's just my perspective, my opinion. But I really did enjoy it, and I feel like doing one more quest now, so I'll check the quest list and maybe we'll do one more. This item here in Glav's house, the Warship, is one of the rarest items in RuneScape, what's now RuneScape 3, and it's because the item was pretty useless and it was removed from the game when the game transitioned from Classic to RuneScape 2. Some people kept it, and it apparently looks the same in the game like it does in Classic, so that's a trivia piece, I guess. And if you play with it, you get a message that you pretend to sail the ship across the floor, and you become very bored and realize you look quite silly. So yes, people who took this definitely are not thinking they're silly nowadays, though, with how rare this item is. This is what a spirit tree looks like in RuneScape Classic. It definitely looks young, and I like to think they just grew older as the game progressed. And one more important thing is, if you look at the trees around here, if you mouse over a regular tree, it says tree, like in other games. Oak tree says oak tree, and every other kind of a tree says what kind of tree it is, except magic trees, which are just called tree. I can recognize them by the little sparkles. I hope you can see them in the recording as well. And if we examine it, it says a magical tree. So didn't even bother with calling magic trees, just trees, and well, they have this nice sparkle effect. By the scenery in previous recordings, you might have guessed what quest we'll be doing, and it's not the Grand Tree. I already did the Grand Tree quest before starting this little series. You can see it's in green in here, the Grand Tree. But because we have completed it, we can actually use the spirit tree to teleport to Tree Gnome Village. And it's pretty interesting because usually you cannot use spirit trees until you did the Tree Gnome Village quest, which is what we'll be doing now. If we talk to the spirit tree here, the tree doesn't feel like talking, so it's a one-way teleport pretty much. And the quest requires us to slay a level 100 NPC, so hopefully that will go well. I just turned in the protection orb to King Bolren, but he said that the Khazard troops stole the other two, so for once I'm shocked and I did not expect this in the slightest. Let's go prepare for the boss fight. I was a little bit afraid of fighting the Khazard warlord, but then I learned that if you did, I think it's Plague City quest, you can just safe spot him from West Ardoin using magic or ranged. So that's what we're gonna do, and then I'll just telegraph the orbs. This took about 120 fire strikes. I could have used higher level runes, but there's no point really if I can do it in fire strikes. I can spend a little bit of my mind runes, and he should be done. Let's get the orbs. Oh, you don't actually even need to telegraph them, you get them in your inventory. So that's great, and now we can go finish the quest. Now this should be the end of the quest and also the end of the video. We got some good progress with doing the quests in this video, and also especially this one, because apart from a little bit of attack experience we also unlock spirit trees, and you know, transportation is important, especially in Classic where teleports are so limited. So this will definitely be useful as soon as Bolren finishes his incantation and we can finish the quest. So the plan for the next video is obviously a little bit more quests, and I also want to finish some requirements, which maybe won't tell you too much, because you know, that's what we've been doing for all of these videos so far. But I can give you a little hint, which will be that my wrists are killing me at the moment, so that I hopefully will be a small tip. All right, quest completed, 2 quest points. We also got an attack level, which is pretty nice. Thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.